Hello, and welcome to I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. My name is Jeremy Zielik. I'm the host and Alton Brown of the group. Joining me this week, as always, is...
friend of the show, Ben Montoya.
Ian Davis, the Batman of the show.
And with the tiniest cup of coffee.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
I gotta save all the visual gags for the audio on the episode, right?
Yeah. So Evan just drank his espresso shot with his Everything Everywhere All at Once branded hot dog finger gloves.
I got coffee on my hot dogs.
Oh, no.
Was it like in the movie where it like squirts mustard out of them?
I wish. No, this is
let's see those bad boys a little bit. I'm kind of curious how they feel on your fingers. Okay, so it's really just a glove.
It's a rubber glove, like cleaning glove. They did go the extra mile, and there's like veiny detail.
Oh, that's gross.
But no, and the packaging is like A+. It looks like a Oscar Mayer
right.
Oh, it looked like they look like they're hot dogs in there.
Yeah.
So it actually, you sent a picture to the group chat earlier this week that they looked so convincingly like hot dogs that your dog was like salivating over them.
Yeah, she really was. I put them on my hands and she was like, if they didn't smell like rubber and plastic, she would be all over it.
I was about to say, do they smell like hot dogs? But you answered that question.
No.
You could just stick them in some hot dog water and then like get that going.
Do you think in the movie, do you think their hands smell like regular hands, or do you think like when they sweat through their hands, it's like hot dog?
It's like hot dog
hot
water.
dog sweat?
Yeah.
It does that go just from their hands, or like their M&M palm sweaty, but it's hot dog water?
But they don't even recognize that there's anything wrong with having hot dog fingers. So
No.
Right.
they probably just smell like human sweat, if we're going to be completely honest.
That's fair.
But they are filled with condiments.
Maybe
Do they
sweat
have
ketchup.
hot dogs in the hot dog finger universe?
Yeah, or only hot
Maybe
dogs
they eat
on
fingers.
Oh, gross.
Maybe it's finger food.
Oh, shit.
There it is.
Wow. Well, you see, if you might, for the listeners at home, you might be wondering, why are the vibes so weird this week on I Choose You? And the answer is because for the first time, and I would say a year?
More than that.
I don't
Probably
know.
a couple years.
Maybe. I don't know. I would say at least a year. We're recording during the day. Like, the fucking sun's out.
Welcome to the I Choose You morning show.
Yeah.
This is my second espresso of the day.
Zoo Radio. Ben,
This is
we
my
need some,
second cup of tea of the day.
We need some, like, boing sound effects and, like...
Yeah. Bouncing off the fucking walls.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I think I think we could pull that. I imagine that in the Pokemon world, there's at least one like morning zoo type show, and they're like Giraffe-rig AM, chomp chomp boys, and it's like it's something like that. I don't
Insert
know.
elephant noise here.
Yes. So yes, it's in the morning. So during this LaCroix, boys, I'm actually drinking a LaCroix, a limoncello LaCroix,
Nice.
because I don't want to consume alcohol at 12:10 in the afternoon.
Hey, it's a weekend. Brunch is right around the corner, or it could be for you. So mimosas all the way, Jeremy.
I'm going to be driving this afternoon, so I don't want to.
Mimosas all the way.
So I'll see about that. But it is the sun is shining, and we're out. It might snow today or tomorrow where I'm at.
What?
Which is exciting. Yeah, a quarter inch of snow is possible in ye olde New Mexico. So I'm excited for that. It's kind of chilly out. It's a little windy. Definitely fall vibes are high on the account. So Ben, you're drinking tea? Any special kind of tea?
Nope, just my usual day in, day out Earl Grey. Yeah.
I didn't know you were an Earl Grey.
Oh, yeah. It's my go-to. I would say it's probably, like, generally my favorite if I go anywhere and I'm like, I'm going to get a cup of tea. My first question is, do you have Earl Grey? I slam this tea the minute that I wake up. It's like my go-to.
What's in it?
What's in it? That's
Like
just
honey,
Oh no, I don't put anything in my tea.
milk.
Oh.
Nope.
So instead of an alarm, you just have your kettle on a timer, and then you like reach over. It's 8 a.m. or whatever. You reach over, pour your cup of tea and then immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like kind of Wallace and Gromit style, where everything
Yes.
is tied together and like timed up with the like clock via like
Rube
strings and
Goldberg did
pulleys.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I wish I was a Wallace and Gromit.
I know,
Right.
right?
Real quick, is anyone like being blown in the face by a giant thing of wind? Because all I hear in the recording or in the Skype call is just like you're outside being just like wind blown.
No, it's very quiet in my room.
Okay, never mind. Maybe it's
maybe
just me.
maybe
it is me.
Yeah, maybe.
No,
it
I mean
is.
I do hear it as well.
I don't know. Anyway,
Okay.
welcome to the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Let's see. Wallace and Gromit, we covered that. Ben, you don't want to live in a Wallace and Gromit world? Is that what you're implying?
No, I would like to live in a Wallace and Gromit world, though I will say that the upkeep is probably a lot. Like, you know, it's all fun and games to have like your, you know, pull you out of bed, put your clothes on, make your cup of tea, all like machine, like all happening. But if one little gear or one little pulley is like out, I feel like it just throws your whole day off. Which you know,
that
as a
does
wacky
happen.
inventor, you have to account for it.
Yeah, if I rely on a machine to put my sweater vest on every morning, like
Yeah.
we're gonna run into some issues.
It's going to be definitely a tough row to hoe. But I think Wallace and Gromit will also appreciate I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. Each week on the show, we randomly select a new Pokemon to prepare for one another, and we discuss the best way to cook, eat it, share with your family, friends, colleagues, work partners, enemies, all that and more on I Choose You. This week's randomly selected Pokemon is Noibat, which is exciting, I guess. So let's start with the recipes. Who won last week?
It's the spooky episode.
Yes.
Yeah. So Ian gets to start us off.
Yes. Ian, tell us about your Batman.
Well, here's the thing. As you know, like I do a lot of research into who I'm going to be every week, and
So much
usually
research.
it includes some sort of like X famous
Uh-huh.
or famous Y.
Famous
So I
bat.
put in famous bats. Took me to ranker.com. And I want you to tell me if you agree or disagree with these top. I'll give you the top 10.
Top 10 bats.
Jeez, okay.
Go.
Top 10
Top
bats.
10 bats of all time.
And we're
Number
like
one.
yay or naying these whether these bats
If-
deserve to be on the list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 1, Crobat.
Number 1.
Oh wow! So
Wait.
Pokemon on the top.
Whoa.
Out of all bats, interesting. I guess that's a thumbs up. It's a bell pepper.
Yeah, I mean, is it because of our bell pepper theories that it's
Yes.
the number 1 most famous bat?
Well, if you, what is nice is so it gives you the number 1, it tells you how many upvotes it got, and then what makes this character great.
What makes Crobat
Three.
great?
3 things. Evolves to Golbat and Zubat.
What? That's not
Makes it great.
that's not correct. Factually
Number 2.
incorrect.
Good at flying long distances.
Okay.
Number 3, sharp fangs. I thought it had like square human teeth.
Yeah, this one doesn't have teeth.
Yeah, what the fuck
He
is this?
does,
This
but that's
website
like-
is full of lies.
Who's writing
Oh,
this
you're right. It has
list?
it has like one of those anime human teeth, basically. Exactly.
It just has lines. It has like a solid tooth block that has lines in it. So I think you have to assume they're kind of like molars.
So if we see that in the next Pokemon movie, like Detective Pikachu, it better have Sonic teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yay or nay, number 1.
I mean,
Well, I gotta see what number 2 and 3 are to see if
I guess
it is number 1.
here's my opinion. It's fine, but I don't know. I could think more impressive. Unless you don't consider like Batman a bat.
Well, it's also like a species of bat, right? I mean, it's not like there is one singular Crobat that is the most famous. Like, it's sort of, it's kind of a cop-out to be like, well, I think the most famous bat is the vampire bat, you know? Like,
Well,
or like the common bat, you know?
I'm going to say Batman is on the list.
Okay.
Probably not where you think he is.
Is
mean, he
Man
wasn't
Bat
number 1,
ahead of
so,
him?
like-
Number 8, maybe.
Man-Bat is also on the list. We'll get to him.
All right.
He did make the top 10.
Nice.
Number 2, Batty Coda from Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest.
You mean the rapping bat voiced by Robin Williams?
Yes.
Amazing. Okay, that deserves to be.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yayed.
Okay, yay, I would put that above Crobat.
Well, so what makes this character great
He
is
raps.
good friends with Krista,
Okay. We all wish that we could be.
very caring,
Uh-huh.
and distrusts humans.
Okay, my question is, what's his nuts? Bartok from Anastasia on this list.
I'm glad you asked because coming in at number 3 is Bartok from Anastasia. Characteristics: very kind, sarcastic personality, and ultimately stands up to Rasputin.
I like that the first two things could be kind of contradictory. He's very kind. He has a sarcastic personality.
Oh man.
Number 4, Stella Luna
Ooh.
from Stella Luna.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Is this like a movie as well? I'm trying to remember.
Probably.
I don't think so.
They have
I
the
remember
Amazon
children's
Prime
book.
links.
Yeah.
This character is great because it's kind-hearted and sensitive,
I'm noticing a theme.
good at flying,
I would hope all bats would.
I mean,
and becomes close with Pip, Flap, and Flitter.
Ah, yes. I remember this book. It's like a white bat. It's like an albino bat.
so
All bat.
the characteristics that they really appreciate are more of just like plot points.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
from
they
what I
really
can
want a
tell.
kind bat. To be
Kind
top
bat with
10.
healthy relationships.
I want a kind bat. If I had a pet bat for whatever reason, I don't know. I was hoping it would be like fun and like echolocate with me or whatever. You know?
Number 5, Fidget from The Great Mouse Detective.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
that's a spooky bat.
Sharp teeth, enjoys sleeping, and evolves and changes. Like
Those are just,
personality,
Like the character?
Yeah, character growth.
It has character development.
Yeah,
That's
it
what makes
goes-
it so great.
It goes through what some might call the plot of a movie.
One of the best well-written bat characters.
Are we really
6.
going through all 10?
Hey, we're almost
Number
done.
6, Batman
Classic.
All right.
from Batman Beyond, Young Justice, and Batman.
Okay. Wait, why did it
fights
start with Batman Beyond? That's a movie
that's-
where famously, Batman doesn't exist anymore. Like that TV show starts, and he's like, "I'm old. I don't want to be Batman anymore."
Oh, man.
Well, that's what he's famous for.
Yeah, not being Batman. Okay, continue.
He fights crime.
Okay.
He has a cool bat cave.
Okay.
Member of the Justice League.
Okay.
Yeah, what other bats can claim that they're members of the Justice League?
Yep.
Well,
Christ.
does Man-Bat ever join the Justice League? I don't think so, but he could if he wanted to.
Number 7, we're going to blow through. It's Mavis Dracula from Hotel Transylvania.
Wow.
Okay.
Very smart, curious, and enjoys exploring.
I think it's Mavis. If I was gonna.
I'll say it how I damn well.
Okay.
When he's in the top 3, I'll pronounce his name right.
Also, it's a she.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Dracula's
When it's in the
daughter.
top
Like,
3.
You haven't
Oh,
even
geez.
seen the Hotel Transylvania movie starring Adam Sandler.
I actually did see the first one, and I was very uncomfortable because it's like top to bottom. It's just like, okay, Dracula's daughter is like hot as shit,
Yeah.
and this dude wants to fuck her
Exactly.
really hard.
And like as the series goes on, she starts dating, she gets married, she has
cream
children.
pie. Yep.
Oh.
Yep. Well, hate to tell you, Ben, but that's how the kid was made.
What's the
Number
next
8.
bat?
Number 8, Rouge the Bat from Sonic the Hedgehog universe.
I love this bat because she has giant tits.
Jesus.
Actually, Jeremy, she's a talented jewel thief, good fighter, and very mysterious.
But those are all lies. It's just furry bait, literally. So
Number 9, Fufu from Sagwa.
all right, don't know this one. Can't make any jokes.
I'm gonna say nay on that one.
Yeah, boo.
Yeah.
We haven't voted on any of these. We're just incredulously considering
Number-
this list of bats.
Well, here's number 10, Man-Bat.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh.
All right. He
Barely
deserves
made
to
the
be
cut.
on this list.
This character is great. Supervillain. Acts on instinct. Occasionally uses his powers for good.
Okay. You know, in some regards, I would probably put Man-Bat as number 1 because as a character that's a bat, he's the most like, it's just a big bat kind of situation. It's not a Dracula. It's not like a cartoon bat. You know what I'm saying?
Most bat-like.
Yeah, he's just a big bat.
And notable mentions: Count Chocula, number 24.
Whoa.
Count Chocula got there before Dracula?
Yeah, Dracula has still not made this.
What the fuck?
Dracula's daughter made the list, but not regular Dracula.
Yeah, wow, it really just... Oh, number 37, Bat Boy from the tabloids.
Yeah.
From the
I
tabloids?
was hoping you don't know about Bat Boy, Ben.
No.
So it's like a famous like Weekly World News kind of situation. It's like Bat Boy, and it's like a picture of a kid, and he's like a Dracula. And it famously got turned into a musical that's pretty well enjoyed by a number of people.
This list stops at 39. They couldn't even do a top 40.
You couldn't find the 40th bat.
Well, thank you for
wow.
that
So
list,
anyway,
Ian.
yeah.
How does this inform your recipe?
Well, that only informs who I chose this week.
Which is Batman.
Number 6, Batman.
Number
Okay.
6, Batman.
Go through all of those bats to get here.
Yeah. Now my recipe, obviously, like we've talked on the show, I enjoy like a good noisy food, right? Like fajitas. Like I want my food to scream at me when it comes to the table. So I was looking up like noisiest foods, and found another list, only 5. There it is.
We sent a picture of Bat Boy.
I remember Bat Boy.
to the group chat.
I found a list provided by an acoustic supplies website. And they're basically like, yeah, it fucking sucks when you're on the internet and people are chewing real loud.
Okay.
So this isn't like foods that are noisy on their own. We kind of make them noisy, if you know what I mean.
I guess that's true of, I would say, 95% of foods.
Exactly. Like fajitas taking up the other 5%.
Yeah. Right.
So, well, just like something be sizzling. Like maybe you get like a bibimbap at a restaurant. That be sizzling when they bring
Right.
it out.
That's true.
Right.
Which I guess is
Walk
kind of
into
like
a sizzler and everything
Yeah.
is sizzling.
everything's sizzling. Onion volcano. Now that's sizzling.
Well, I'm going with number 2 off of this list, which is really boring. But number 2 is papadums.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
They're
Crunchy.
like crunchy, thin, little kind of almost like wafers that is traditionally served with like Indian foods.
Yes.
Oh, got it.
I can
Okay.
see that being a noisy food, for sure.
This website says, for any curry lovers, this is a noise that is synonymous with curry in Indian restaurants.
Okay.
Okay. Is that
I
all
guess
they say?
it goes on. They just talk about like, I guess you crunch them up. It's almost like a tortilla soup kind
So you walk into a curry house and you can't, hear anybody over the sound of everyone just crunching up their fucking crunchy things.
I quote, if you're the one ordering the papadums, you won't notice the sound. But for anybody that didn't order one, you can bet they've noticed the racket.
Oh, the racket. Oh my god.
You're like at a restaurant and you're eating your soup and you're like, fucking calm down.
People are like
such an
covering their
inappropriate
ears.
Yeah.
I will say, I saw a movie this weekend and it was mostly old people in the theater. And it was like fucking every 5 seconds someone cleared their throat. And I was like, you guys, can I like give somebody a lozenge? We just need to settle down a little bit.
So, for this recipe, traditionally it's made with either like chickpeas or like a type of flour. Gonna take the Noibat and grind its bones to make my bread.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
It'll be like a really light flour, I imagine, because I assume bat bones are hollow,
I
like
Oh,
like birds.
like
I
birds.
don't
Right.
that. You know what? That's a fun fact. I don't know.
Me neither. It's more of a fun, made-up fact.
It's probably more so that the audio, like the sound can travel faster if their bones are hollow,
They're they resonate.
Yeah, exactly.
They're resonant. Okay. So you need 2 cups of ground Noibat bone mix. You can get that at like I don't know, Smith's or whatever. Some ground pepper, ground cumin, salt, garlic, clove, water, cayenne pepper, and a little bit of ghee. And then basically you mix all your spices and your flour in a bowl, and add the garlic. Basically add all the shit together, and then you just like make a little dough out of it. You mix it up, you roll it really, really thin, and then you fry that, and you got your nice, really thin wafers. And then serve it with your, green curry, red curry, blue curry.
Blue curry. What's in the blue curry? I must
real.
know.
Well, it's like, how like there's the Pokemon character red.
Yes.
And then there's blue.
Yeah.
It's more of a theme.
Less of a color.
Yeah. Or, any of your favorite Poke Curries, like you're out in the game, you're sitting down for a little snack, and crunch those fuckers right up.
Yeah.
Sprinkle them on, like blow them onto your, like Nacho Libre style,
Or
onto your...
LeBron James like chalk dust. Them
Ooh, there you
into
go.
the
There
air,
you go.
Yeah.
Yep. And enjoy. I would imagine, like, the flour is really, like I said, it's really light. Maybe it's a little, like, sweet because they eat so much fruit. And, like, yeah,
Yeah.
Nice.
That flavor just goes all the way down to the bone.
Yeah.
bad to the bone.
Can confirm bat bones are hollow.
I was just gonna say
Oh.
bat to the bone.
Bad to the bone. There it is.
Shit.
Yes.
Batman's
Nice.
first album.
Well, so I want to jump in here because before the show started, you did say that you you would eat your shorts, quote unquote, if we had the same recipe, and I'm
You
thrilled.
son of a bitch.
No, I'm thrilled to announce that you don't have to eat your shorts
Okay.
because we
Thank
don't have the
goodness.
same recipe.
Live on air.
Man, I almost got Bart Simpson.
But I am a little bit confused because when we first signed on, you were eating what we thought was a sandwich, and it turned out to be just a slice of bread. And,
Correct.
we kind of discussed, and then you said it had something to do with your recipe, which was where I started to go, okay, hold on, maybe me and the old Ian Davis might have, crossed some wires here.
Somewhere our wires got... No. In this instance, I was referring to, like, Jeremy was like, you better finish that bread before we start recording. The mouth sounds. That's, like, what gives it, the crunch, the noise,
The acoustic,
Oh, okay.
the acoustical properties of what I was eating.
a soft
So-
piece of bread.
It actually would have made more sense for us to include mouth sounds in this episode than
Yeah.
for you to have finished your bread before we started recording.
That's what I'm saying. It kind of killed, like... I'm probably not going to win this week, and it's purely because I didn't tie it in with, like, a little...
What if we got like that part of the Seinfeld theme where it's like, you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
We could put that in there. Yeah.
anyway.
Ben, what's your recipe?
I was anxious about this because I have prepared a sandwich for
Okay.
our gathering today.
So Ben, what do you think if you like made a recipe for a sandwich and then you saw Ian eating a sandwich before the show, you're like, oh shit, what if he thought about making a sandwich
Yeah.
for the show?
Exactly. I know how Ian's mind works, especially when an hour before we start recording, he's like, "Hey, which Pokemon are we doing again?" So then,
Well-
I can always like if that question's being asked and then he's eating a sandwich, I can assume, okay, maybe some inspiration from real life events occurred.
The dots connected.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like that... What's that movie where the guy invents the hula hoop?
The Hudsucker Proxy.
Oh.
Yeah, like you're just like staring at something and you're like, oh, what if I just made this?
So, but I am making a sandwich. And the inspiration for this came because, everyone talks about the BLT sandwich.
Are you
Not
gonna make
so
a
much
bat LT?
not so much appreciation for the bat, as it were, which is just regular a sandwich on its own, and it's bacon, avocado,
Oh, got it.
tomato. So I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of fun. Like, I'll make a bat sandwich for this Noibat episode.
Noibat sandwich.
But then I was like, like, what if I made a Noibat sandwich, which would include, the bat end of things, the bacon, the avocado, the tomato, and then some extra elements that make it extra Noi, if you know what I mean.
Ooh, yes.
Ooh.
And so I want you to imagine. Okay, so what's in this Noibat sandwich? You might be asking.
Does it have bacon, avocado, and tomato, but like a fun Pokemon version of those things?
It has those things, and the bacon is from a tepig. But we're also going to need some New York strip steak,
Oh, I see where this is going.
some onions, in parentheses, red. And you're also going to need some Italian seasoning.
Oh,
Nice.
shit.
Wow.
Wow.
The
Put that
seasoning
all-
gets its own letter in the sandwich.
Yes.
Exactly. You put all that stuff on some bread, put some, maybe some dressing on it, like olive oil and some like hoagie dressing or something like that. Cut it, wrap it. It's out the door. Only costs $79.99 or whatever. The
And-
Noibat sandwich.
So New York strip, onions, parenthetical red,
Yeah.
Italian dressing, maybe
Seasoning.
seasoning. Excuse me. Maybe we could do like an capital aioli, so it's like aioli. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Put that in there.
That's
yes.
possible. Yeah.
Both-
So many
dueling
questions.
hands.
Yes, Ian.
What is the ratio of New York strip to bacon?
I'm kind of imagining it's very thinly sliced steak strips. I don't want it to be like too much. Like, I can see what your concern is, that the bacon is just going to be sort of an afterthought. I'm thinking they're very thinly sliced and
Like equal parts.
Yeah, for the most part, equal parts steak to bacon.
Okay.
Got it. My less of a question, more of a alternate name. The Blit. Because it's vampire.
Well, I don't have any lettuce in this fucking sandwich, okay? So,
excuse me.
you're going to have to find another novelty horror themed sandwich shop to sell that one.
Ben, you know there's a novelty horror themed sandwich shop in New York City, right?
Oh, shit.
I
Well,
don't-
so I was kind of imagining this being like, sort of like a bodega style, it's like your usual lunch break spot to get a sandwich or whatever. And you walk in and you're like, hey, just give me the regular, hey. And they're like, okay, yeah. But then, in that split second, you're like, maybe this is the moment where my whole life changes and I become a different person and I start ordering a different kind of sandwich.
And then you
you're
never
like,
do.
hey, actually change that order to a Noibat. Hey. And it's a little bit outside of your usual, but it is
You're
really
like, it's
delicious.
spooky season. I might as well.
Yeah, it's just that like moment of second guessing yourself where you're like, maybe I can step outside of my comfort zone a little bit.
I don't know, Ben.
But it's
I'm
still
gonna
not too much of a pull, because Ian.
2 questions.
Okay.
Ian Davis, Associated Press.
Bat Associated Press.
What kind of bread are we talking?
Well, I mean, so that's the kind of thing is that like they'll ask you, what you want it on. I would go.
Well, what's the right answer?
What's the right answer?
It's like yeah.
They'll ask
please.
you, but really, there's only one kind of bread that should go
Exactly.
with this sandwich.
I completely disagree. I think everyone should have their own, bread taste. as it
Okay.
pertains
Yeah,
to this.
Can I get my Reuben on a cinnamon raisin bread, please? Wrong.
Like Ben orders this sandwich and is like, I'd like a special kind of bread, and then Ian like slaps the sandwich out of your hand onto the ground.
Yeah, you're like, maybe I'm feeling Hawaiian roll today.
I don't know.
challah
Maybe
bread?
Hawaiian roll would be good in here, but because this is sort of more on the Italiano kind of side, I'm gonna stick to more of like a white roll. It's just standard submarine sandwich kind of vibe.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long is the sandwich?
Because Noibat is kind of on the smaller side. It's not like huge, but it's a
Okay.
good size. It's like a this with like a Coke and a bag of chips for lunch. You're solid. No leftovers. Perfect portion.
Nice. Oh my god.
Question for the class. Recently, I procured a cast iron bacon flattener.
Yeah.
Bacon
nice.
flattener.
Gotta
Like,
keep
it's like-
your bacon from shriveling up too much.
Exactly. Like it's just like a fucking press that you put on top of the bacon.
Okay.
Cooks it evenly the first time. Where are we at on like? Do you like your bacon to be like curvy? Do you want it to be
Oh.
flat?
No, give me that thick bacon. No,
Up and to the left.
I really don't eat bacon enough for this to come up. A lot of times, you know what I do is I get like bacon ends and I like chop them really fine, and then I like do that up and put it like in scrambled eggs or something. So they're not even like in strips; they're like little chunks.
Bacon ends, not just like bacon that's been chunked, but like just the ends of bacon.
Well, it's like what it's called. It's like the bits and bobs from like the strips that they cut.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So it's like, you know, it's like beef tips at a barbecue joint where it's like this is the part that you cut off for the main stuff, but you know it's good on its own kind of situation.
Ian, to answer your question, I think I'm more of a long strip kind of guy because when I eat my bacon, I like to go like this. I like
Hold it above your head.
Just hang it above your head and like
dangle as I gulp it down.
the
like
hot
slurp it like a
grease just
spaghetti.
Yes.
Yes. I'm also less of a crunchy, more of a chewy bacon kind of guy.
Oh, interesting.
The crunchy, chewy thing depends. I usually want it a little more brittle if it's like in a sandwich, because I don't want to just like bite in and then I have to like pull it out as I'm consuming it. So maybe a little crunchier is better there. But if it's like on the side next to some like scrambled eggs or something and toast, I maybe like it a little chewier to give some get that little bit of that texture in there.
That's fair.
All right.
I already discussed my my bacon pro tip of putting it in the air fryer.
Yes.
And I think it's just the perfect balance between crispy and still a little chewy. But and so this was an important discussion to have. But I also wanted to direct our attention to this thing that I found, which was I was struggling to find, some of the ingredients that would fill out the rest of my like Noibat acronym. And I found a recipe called the alphabet sandwich.
Oh,
which is
that avocado, bacon, chicken?
It's a 26 ingredient sandwich.
Okay,
for
I
every
didn't-
letter of
I didn't
the
go far
alphabet.
enough.
And it is like a ridiculously Scooby-Doo sized sandwich where like there's literally no way you could eat this. Like it's probably 2 feet off the ground based on this picture.
Amazing.
And I was like, okay, this is a great reference because someone's already done the work and found a sandwich ingredient for every letter. Clearly, all these things go together because this person really well thought out how this was going to work. I mean, they did actually construct it, which is impressive. But
so going through like the least common letters, what did they get for like a J or an X?
well, I'm just going to start from the top and go down. We don't have to talk about all of them. Just just let it wash over you, okay?
Was I right
it
about
starts
the
out-
first three? Avocado, bacon, chicken.
Cheese
Oh,
instead.
cheese, okay.
But
Gotta
you are
have the
correct.
cheese.
Yeah, those are pretty standard ones. Doritos,
Okay. Okay.
still within the realm of
A little
possibility.
bit of chip crunch. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Egg. All
Okay.
right.
All right.
Fish sticks.
okay.
I would just say fish, like as like you can make that
Nope.
more flexible.
Garlic bread.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Nice. Okay. I
Wait,
can-
as
In the
two
sandwich.
pieces
Yeah,
of
you would
bread,
start to
or-
think that maybe this is where our sandwich ends, but
Or is this becoming like a Big Mac situation where there's garlic bread in the middle?
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Ham,
Okay.
Italian sausage patty,
All right.
jalapeno peppers,
Okay.
Nice.
Krispy Kreme donut.
Oh, curveball.
Interesting.
I know.
Man, I don't know about putting
Still with you.
more bread in this sandwich.
Keep going.
Lettuce,
Sure.
macaroni and cheese.
Nice.
Oh, that I can see.
Another carb in this sandwich.
Macaroni and cheese followed by noodles.
You got your mac and cheese. You got your top ramen. You got your udon. I don't know.
Well, funny that you mentioned that. We got some pretty standard ones. Onion rings,
Okay.
pepperoni.
Can't you just say fucking onion? Why does it have to be a ring?
Gotta have
has
it
to be
fried
fried.
for the crunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, the textures are all off, Jeremy.
Yeah, with my dried noodles.
Queso blanco dip,
Oh,
Nice.
ramen noodles.
there it is.
Again? Oh my god. There's so many. Look.
Well, hold
I
on.
get this.
Was the mac and cheese noodles like? Is it like the mac and cheese like mix
Elbow
and then the noodles
or-
for it?
yeah.
I think it's mac and cheese, like the mac. Yeah, it's
Constructed.
just mac and cheese itself, like
And then
noodles.
noodles.
Oh, and then noodles.
and then
also
spaghetti.
angel
miso
hair.
dip or
And
whatever.
then ramen noodles.
They're really fucking like pushing. Oh man, I ran out of words here. Kind of situation.
Yeah. Okay. So then we got spinach,
Okay.
turkey burger.
Turkey burger.
And I'd just say turkey.
This one seems like a stretch. Usinger's bratwurst, which is a brand of bratwurst.
All right. I
For
don't know about
for
that.
O.
I know. For you,
Oh, for you?
Usinger's.
Yeah.
Veal parmesan.
Oh shit! Like, so you're gonna cook a veal parmesan? So you can get veal, bread it, put some marinara cheese on it, and then put that on your sandwich.
It goes on. I mean, we're nearing the end, so if you're not like completely disgusted by now, these ones might do it to you.
Okay, WXY is gonna be tough.
Waffle,
Okay,
Nice.
another
bread.
carb.
Yes.
xylocarp, which I guess is a something relating to a coconut because coconut is in parentheses.
Whoa.
Okay. They just went with like the scientific name for it. Or
Yes.
something.
Yeah, I guess. And then the last ones are yams and zucchini.
Oh boy.
I don't know. It seems pretty bad.
Is this like an epic mealtime recipe or is this something else?
It's from a website called Dude Foods.
Nice, pretty close.
Dude, this is definitely a thing that's like on like a regular show or an Adventure Time where it's like, oh, I'm gonna put everything in the sandwich and it's gonna be funny, and they eat it and then they see through time or whatever. What
You gotta send us a picture of this thing. I need to visualize.
I'm texting you guys a picture of it right now.
Nice.
It's pretty cartoonish. It honestly sort of looks like it might have been just like photoshopped on top of each other, but I can't tell
Oh my
either.
god. It really
But,
You know, it looks good though. Like they did a good job assembling it.
I mean, they did it. They really did like figure it all out. But
like
like,
how
That must put
some
if
of
you
the
ever
noodles is
tried
just
to
like
hold it-
pasta noodles.
Yes.
yep.
Ugh, like
Is that
marinara
grape-
sauce.
Oh,
and
that's
everything.
the sausage. Oh my god. I don't know. I don't know.
That must be the longest toothpick ever. Also, like they took this photo like behind something so they could isolate it like a green screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, you're right. It's like it's probably leaned up against something. I mean, there's no
Yeah.
way that you can
There's
get
like
all this
supporting
food.
props.
Like, yeah. It probably has like one of those like Brazilian restaurant like skewers like all
Nice.
the way through it. Like
Yeah.
it's that big.
I mean, I gotta level with you. Like I'd hit it. I'd try it.
Ow.
Would you Scooby Doo? Where you like open your dislodge your jaw and then like put it down your throat all at once?
Oh,
I think I'd have to. When in Rome.
But honestly, I get, it's the joke is they eat a lot of food or whatever, but that's not the way I would eat a meal. I'm not gonna taste it if I dislocate my jaw and put it in my entire throat all at once.
Maybe if you guys like held it in place, I would just like put out my top teeth, lock into the top piece of garlic bread, and just kind of like slide my face down the sandwich.
yes.
Maybe a bit of stick in it. It's like corn on the cob.
It is kind of like when you go to a Brazilian restaurant and like they'd come up to you with the sandwich and then you'd be like, "Yes, please," and they cut you like a long slice.
Yes. Yeah, is this the kind of sandwich that you eat sideways?
Yes.
Good job, Ben. This is top notch.
I mean, so that's not what I'm making. I'm actually making something.
No, I'm pretty sure this.
I actually think that the alphabet sandwich is a monstrosity, and we shouldn't,
Should be stopped.
It's like
Yeah,
it's like a
sandwiches can only go so
Lovecraftian
far.
horror from beyond the alphabet sandwich.
Exactly. Instead, I have a Noibat sandwich for you,
Yes.
which I think is a
Nice.
much more
New York strip,
temperate.
or onion, red.
Oh yeah, and I didn't even explain. So you might be wondering, so where does the Noibat fit into the
it the New York
Noibat
strip?
sandwich? I would direct your attention to Noibat's ears,
Okay.
which look awful onion-like, if I'm not mistaken. And they even have little, concentric patterns to indicate layers. I'm sure also to help the noise like resonate. So what you're gonna do is just pluck off your Noibat ears and start shaving them down. Start to get to some onion tasting little bits that you can include in your sandwich, and it's sort of like an onion substitute, a red onion substitute.
Yeah.
Got it.
I like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Evan, tell us what your recipe is this week.
Yeah, my recipe, going all in on Halloween this week.
Yes.
We're making some Halloween-inspired black Noibat wings.
Ooh.
So,
like buffalo wings.
not, I mean, kinda. They are chicken wing adjacent.
All right.
But yeah, basically, you take your Noibat meat, wing meat, and you coat it in a nice little special sauce of 2 cups of dark brown sugar, 1 cup of dark soy sauce, 1 cup of teriyaki sauce, 1 cup of honey hickory barbecue sauce, and a drop of black food coloring. And you're coating it in this nice, delicious, sweet black sauce. And then you're in my recipe here, we're just going to stick them on the grill. So you're like having a nice little Halloween cookout. And this is what you serve along your other like spooky inspired recipes.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Excellent.
I'm sort of trying to get the visual picture of the blackness, like how dark it is.
So there's varying pictures of like of how people have made this, and the one that they like put up is like the nice photographed one is like it's not that black. It's kind of like black almost, but then the ones that like people have actually made and posted are like no, it's like pitch black and really gross. So I'll send you that one instead.
That's what I really wanted to see.
Nice.
Oh. That looks demonic, honestly.
I think the biggest problem is there's
This is the nicer one.
green. Like, what is this blue green?
Oh, I don't know what the green side dish is. It's probably mashed potatoes.
The second one looks fine.
Yeah,
if
the
you just
second
wanna
one
eat-
looks really good, actually.
I don't know what kind of barbecue this first person went to, but I would not eat what is on their plate.
It's like a fucking Beetlejuice barbecue joint over there.
It kind of looks like that, yeah.
Evan, would you serve this to like trick or treaters?
Instead of candy, just like here's a chicken, here's a bat wing
It's a
covered in sauce, and you just like shove it in their pail.
Yes.
I'd be that wacky house.
But people would fucking love it. They would be like, "Oh, that's the chicken wing house. We gotta stop there."
You just leave it in a bowl, like outside next to the cigarettes. And
Please
you're like,
take one. Yeah.
Yeah.
nice.
Next to the cigarettes and the chicken wing.
Yes.
Leave the lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you just have a candle next to it that the kids can light their cigarettes on.
Smart.
Coming back to your recipe, Evan, the second picture that's much more appetizing, and also just the way you're describing the sauce reminds me of a like Korean barbecue chicken wing
Yes, very similar.
dish that or appetizer at one of the bars around here, and they serve with it a miso ranch that is
Hell
to
yeah.
die for.
Oh man, I'll have to try that next time in San Diego.
Oh hell yeah!
Have you guys tried the they're like hot chips, but they're black and they're supposed to be like
Oh yeah,
just the hottest.
Is this the chip that like comes in a single chip in like a package, and you like have to unwrap the package because it's
Probably.
so hot? Like they don't.
What?
I don't know.
So like I was teaching my 6th grade class, and this kid has like just the tiniest like little bit of it, and it almost looks like tree bark. Like it just looks like burnt shit.
What?
And he's like licking it. He's not even like eating it. You know, he's just like tasting it. And his friends are like, "Dude, eat the whole thing." And I'm like, "Hey, like don't eat
do
in my
that.
class." Like,
Especially not the hottest chip known to man.
Yeah.
and then there was one day like they were all working on independent like poster projects or whatever, and this dumbass eats it, and he's like, "It's like I turn." I'm like, "Don't eat that." I turn around and then I turn back, and he's like, you know, doing the like tongue out, like trying to wave at his tongue, chugging his water.
You should tell him that that's not how that works.
And I'm like, yeah, you made a mistake, but. And then he had given some to like other people in the class, and like this one girl's like, "Can I go? I need to go fill up my water." And I'm like, "Did you eat the chip?" And she's like, "Yes." And I'm like, "No, you can't fill up your water. You have to suffer now. Like you have to live with this."
This is like straight out of like Airplane or something. It's like, oh, all these passengers ate the chip.
Yeah, exactly.
Also,
Raise your hand if
you
you've
should
eaten
tell your
the
fucking
chip.
students that water will not help in a hot food situation. You need like milk or dairy of some kind.
No, they made the dumb choice. They have to learn.
No, for sure. Like they were like this girl was like sitting there like eyes watering, like crying, like, "Please, Mister." I was like, if you like, I have a bathroom in my room. I'm like, you can go drink from the sink if you want to, but I'm not letting you leave this room. Like,
I was gonna say, man, you probably had a bunch of kids just like ready to just blow chunks in your class. Because it was so hot.
I told them, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Whoa.
And I drank my water in front of them. It was
Nice.
awesome.
Oh, jeez. You like started pouring your water on the ground.
Yeah. I opened up my True Moo milk and I was like,
Oh yeah.
You're like, you wish you had the cafeteria hookup. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm mooing true here, children.
I've never seen this weird one chip deal. That's
one
I've-
chip challenge.
I've seen like
Very
people
weird.
on the internet be like, "Oh, spicy! I'm gonna eat it," and they're like, "Oh, it's spicy." Well, it's kind of like a hot ones kind of thing.
What, but Evan, your recipe isn't spicy. It's just like a nice
No,
barbecue.
this one is sweet. This one is.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
the black is like the food coloring, but otherwise it's nice and kind of like tangy and sweet.
Would you serve the black chip on the side?
Ooh,
Just as like a threat?
maybe
just
and,
as
like,
a threat.
yeah, you be like, try this if you dare, boo, spooky, and then also like I think on the side having the miso ranch. If you tried the chip, you just like have the ranch to gulp down,
Yeah.
to soothe your mouth.
Nice. All right. This week I did a recipe that is kind of more pronunciation related, and it's not Halloween themed, which is unfortunate. But I'm actually kind of leaning into the Kalos region, talking about, it's like French food. And I think this is a recipe maybe we've done before, but maybe not. I don't know. So this week, my recipe for Noibat is going to be, I'm going to make a salade niçoise.
Ooh, okay.
Nishwabad?
Yes.
Explain.
So do you know what a niçoise salad is?
No.
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 Well, it's a French salad from France, some might say, and it's basically like it's a fancy salad with a whole bunch of stuff in it. It's got like I'll tell you what the recipe is, but it's basically salad with a whole bunch of different elements all piled together, and it's like kind of like a full meal situation. And it's spelled N-I-C with the little thing sticking out of it, O-I-S-E, and that's pronounced Niçoise, not Nicoise or whatever, as an English person might say it. And it's definitely, it's one of those things where it's like it's a little bit of an acquired taste because it does have elements that might not be for everybody, such as hard-boiled eggs. But I think the salade niçoise will definitely be a delightful part of our food celebration. So let's put one together. So basically, what you have is
Oh shit! I've seen this before.
is you're gonna need a whole bunch of junk, but specifically you're gonna need potatoes, green beans, eggs, shallots, mustard, thyme, pepper, tomatoes, like small cherry tomatoes or quartered tomatoes, your opinion, lettuce, radishes, and then you can choose what kind of protein that you want on it. Usually it's like tinned tuna, so it's kind of a little bit of preserved fish kind of situation. But we're gonna use the Noibat as the protein in this food item, and we're gonna do a little bit of our own little kind of pack it in, cut it up, pack it in with a little salt, so it like falls apart really easily when you're eating your salad. But it's basically, you get all these elements, you chop them fine enough, but they kind of have to be big enough where you can like see each one. You boil your egg so you can get a nice hard-boiled egg, cut those up, put those on there, cut up your tomatoes unless they're smaller, cut up your onion, all that stuff. Mix your salad dressing together, which is going to be white wine vinegar, Dijon mustard, olive oil, all that kind of stuff, and mix it together. You present it so you can like make it look fancy. And what I think is, the picture I sent you guys, it's like each one's kind of like cordoned off into a separate section of the plate. I think we can make it look like the ear of the Noibat, where each one kind of creates rings
circular
out from the center. So maybe like the center is the hard-boiled eggs, and then you put like the green beans or the lettuce around that, and you kind of make it look like layers coming out of the center of the salade niçoise.
Sort of visually, kind of like a charcuterie board,
Yeah, a little bit. Yes,
but it's a
Ian.
salad.
Yes.
it's almost like the alphabet sandwich, but it's a salad.
Yes.
form.
Alpha salad.
What about what's in the center of this picture you sent? Are those olives?
Yes, there are also olives. Niçoise olives, to be exact.
Oh, it's like a special olive designed
For this salad.
For this salad. Though the salad's probably named after the olive.
Okay.
Well, you got me there because I go ape shit for I
those
go
olives.
Funky Kong for small.
For olives.
Ooh,
Yeah.
this looks real good.
Ian, you would love going to Spain because they love olives there. Like
They do.
Every fucking meal you get like 20 olives.
Like the whole ones, or are they
No,
stuffed?
the whole ones. They're just regular
That's fun.
olives.
Pit and all.
Yep.
I love. Man, I'll take those to pound.
And that's my recipe, salad Noibat. Let's review everyone's recipe. From Evan, we have blackened Noibat wings. From Ben, we have Noibat sandwich. And from Ian, sorry, saying Noi a lot.
Ew.
Well, it's turning me into like Jerry Lewis kind of situation. Like, oh, Ian, kind of such a thing. From Ian, we have Noibat Papada. Is that correct? Papadom, excuse me. And let's vote on who has the best recipe. And then Ben will declare who the winner is. Ben, declare who the winner is.
Oops. I need to vote for it. Just give me 1 second to think about this.
You have to think about it.
I do have to think about this.
Jeremy didn't.
Jeremy didn't, obviously.
Well, I can't vote for myself, so I have plenty of time when everyone else is talking to consider my choices.
True.
All right. The responses
votes are
are
in.
in. The votes are in, as they say. And I can see why no one thought about it all that much, because it's so obvious that I would be the winner.
Oh, wow.
And everyone voted for me.
Nice.
Who did you vote for, Ben?
That's funny because we were all saying that, like, oh, I don't know about this sandwich. Like, I don't know about the things in this sandwich. But we all clearly on the inside were like, I would eat that sandwich.
Well, the thing is, Ben's comedy sandwich wasn't the sandwich he was making, and his actual sandwich he was making sounded pretty good.
That's fair.
Yeah. I voted for Evan, for those interested.
Oh, thank you.
I wasn't.
All right. Let's move on to the next section of the show, which we don't have this week, unfortunately. Weird recorded timing means there's no Whale Lords Mail Horde. We don't have any new emails sent into ichoosepod@gmail.com or sent into our Twitter page. So send in your recipes for next week's show to ichoosepod, Ben?
But actually, maybe just if you have recipes in general, you can send them that. But for next week, we won't hear them or see them at all. So
That's true.
Well, this is just my usual show pattern. I got it.
Yeah.
Send
Yeah,
them
yeah, yeah.
regardless, and we'll get to them when we get to them.
Yeah,
Exactly.
ICHEWSPOD@gmail.com. Send them in there. All right. Now is the time of the show where we pick next week's Pokemon on a segment I like to call Pick-a-mon. Evan, can you randomly generate a number between 650 and 721?
Yes. And the next episode will be 706.
706. Very good. I was hoping we would get to this one sooner than later. I'm very excited to talk about this Pokemon next week on I Choose You. Next week, we're going to talk about cooking and eating Goodra.
Ooh. Give me that goo.
Yeah, goo.
the good goo.
That good goo. You know what? I want to hear your Goodra recipes any fucking day of the week. So
Give me that goo.
give me that goo. I want goo everywhere.
Goo up the wazoo.
Yes.
This is the Nickelodeon slime of Pokemon. Really.
Yes. So give me your Goodra recipes. We gotta go. We gotta goo. Anyway, that's next week's show. Let's finish off this week's show with tell us about your stuff with plugs. Ben, do you have anything to plug?
You can follow me on Twitter at Ben C. Montoya. And if you're looking for more things to listen to, you can listen to a podcast that I produced called America's Dead about the Grateful Dead. And a couple other things. You probably should still apply, if you haven't for student loan debt relief. Which is hopefully still open, and you're still able to get some of that. And then also, it's that time of year again when you should be registered to vote and vote in your midterm elections. So go do those things. And yeah.
Excellent. Ian.
Please follow me at Ian Reynolds Photography. That's my photography business. Also, if you would just go to my website, ianreynoldsphotography.com, help boost up that traffic. On the site, you can check out my portfolio of nice work. If you're getting hitched anytime soon, send me a fucking email. Give me a call. Shoot me a text. Page me. Beep me. Ring me.
Damn.
Like
Kim
Possible over here.
Boop, boop,
Because
boop.
I am open for the 2023 or 2024 season. Book me in advance. I'm gonna get booked up solid pretty quick here. So get on it while you can. And if you're listening to this out of state, just pay for my plane ticket. Put me up somewhere, and I'll do it for free, like legit. Like, and that'll probably still be cheaper than hiring whatever photographer you're looking at there.
Excellent.
Ring ding a ling, Ian Reynolds Photography. Boop boop a doo.
That's the I Choose You guarantee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mention the code Icy Boys for 5% off.
Nice.
All right. Evan.
You can follow me on Twitter at _Van Aubrey to see memes and design-related other memes.
Yeah.
And, good stuff.
Sometimes you render a cube and it looks pretty cool.
Ooh,
Sometimes you render a cat with a lot of legs and it looks really cool.
Oh, yes. That I do.
All right. My name is Jeremy Zielik. You can follow me on Twitter at VelocityPrime1 if you want to check that out. Also, check out the-avocado.org for all of my previous writings about film, television, and the nature of life. The-avocado.org. Jeremy Zielik. And I think that wraps it up for this week's episode of I Choose You. You can find I Choose You on your favorite podcast apps, including Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, or your podcast catcher of choice. If you like our show, make sure to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to help us go up the ranks. If you want more I Choose You goodness, may I suggest checking out our social media pages, I Choose Pod on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. If you want to be a part of the I Choose You community, you should join the I Choose You Discord, which Ben, I've heard, has something exciting coming up soon. This episode posts after that. Never mind.
Yeah. Something exciting already happened.
Yes.
Which was our October spooky Halloween season Discord get-together. And you should still join the Discord, though, because there'll probably be something happening in the next month or two.
Yeah, this is the problem with recording episodes early is I can't tell what time is it. It's like fucking the end of Planet of the Apes over here. So anyway, check out the I Choose You Discord. Lastly, but not leastly, head over to the official I Choose You website, ichooseyou.menu. It has a full episode archive and a merch store, all designed by one Evan Aubrey. That's ichooseyou.menu. And that's been all. I've been your host and Alton Brown of the group, Jeremy Zielik.
I've been your friend on this show, Ben Montoya.
I've been your Bruce Wayne, Ian Davis.
And Evan Aubrey.
And to all the choosies out there in Radioland, in a while, Totodile.
Yeah, I choose you. Yeah, I choose you. Everybody wants to be a master chef. Everybody wants to show their skill. In the kitchen, everybody wants to cook that clauncher. Finny in at the top of the grill. Each time you fry, gonna cook it just a little bit better. Each taste you try, boy, this frokie is nice and tender. It's a whole new world we cook in. It's a whole new place to eat. We're in season 6 with some brand new recipes, 'cause we're still gonna cook them all and make a pun or 2 or 3. It's a whole new world we cook in. It's a whole new place to eat. We're in season 6 with some brand new recipes, 'cause we're still gonna cook them all and make a pun or 2 or 3.